Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Holy splamolies. How is everyone today? Oh. I'm going to be very honest with all of you right from the start. I am so tired today. I'm not under the weather, thank God, but my body is exhausted. My mind is exhausted. I feel like, oh man, after yesterday was great, by the way. Yesterday was a great session, a good marathon stream that I did, and people came out and were supportive. It was really good. So again, I want to just say to everybody, thank you if you were here yesterday for the big birthday bash marathon event that I did. And it wasn't my birthday. Today is my real birthday, which is funny because that's why I played that song, the Mega Man remix, right before I started pre-stream here on the stream, because it says at the end of it that today is my birthday. And if you can believe it, that clip, that audio clip, that Mega Man 10 playthrough, or was it Mega Man 9? I think it was Mega Man, now I forget which one it even was. I think it was Mega Man 9. But that was 9 years ago. Holy shit, man. 9 years ago. 9 years. Oh, my God. I've been doing this for so long. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, right? So, yeah, today is my real birthday, April 6th. And after the crazy, over 12-hour marathon yesterday, I didn't adjourn until it was past 10:30 at night, and I was so shot. My voice was shot. I was so exhausted. I had more shit to do. Like, it wasn't even, I couldn't even go to sleep. I had to freaking upload videos, and then Kat came home from work, and it was just like, my God. And I woke up this morning, I felt like I didn't get any sleep. I was like, man, I just feel so drained from basically working my ass off these past, few weeks. As you guys know, I've been trying to raise funds for my taxes and really been, going balls to the wall. With a game like Sekiro, that's a game that normally I probably would have lost my mind playing, but I've really dedicated myself to learning it and playing it and persevering because it's been bringing people out to the streams, right? And I'll be very honest, it's been bringing contributions to the streams. So I'm like, fuck it. Even though this game, combat isn't my cup of tea, I will still tough through it and get through it and keep going because this is what people want, right? So, after all of that, today was going to be a full day of streaming. All right, it was. I was going to do a full day of streaming today. But then I started talking to Kat this morning, and I'm like, man, dude, we got a lot still to do. We got to finish packing. I got to make sure that we have all of our flight passes ready, and we have all of our IDs and everything ready so that we can get in and out. And, we've got different various things we have to do. And I was also like, man, we bought this little mini cake that we wanted to have together and all of this. And I'm like, we got all this stuff. I was like, when am I going to do it? Like, if I'm streaming tonight, when are we going to have time? Like, it's going to be like, oh, by the way, our flight is in the morning tomorrow. So we have to get up early. Like, the way it works in the United States, for those of you who don't live here, I don't know if you do or not, you have to be at any airport an hour and a half before your flight and be fully checked in at that point. If you're not, they basically tell you you're late and you can't go on the flight, and you'll get bumped and you have to find another flight to go on. So I believe our flight is not super early in the morning, but it is early in the morning. So that means we have to get a ride to the airport before then, and we have to be early. We have to get up before then and be ready to go. So that means I have to get up even earlier than I usually do. And it's just like, damn, when am I supposed to do this? If I'm working all day today, till the brink of 9, 10 p.m., and, then when am I going to have time to do this? And the other thing is doing it properly, because it's not just about getting it done, it's about getting it done right, because typically, whenever there's a trip like this, there's a lot of stuff to do, a checklist, right? And you got to be sure you take everything. Every time I've ever gone on a trip, I end up forgetting something, and usually it's not anything important. This, I would hope, would not be the time that I forget something, like, really important. So there's just a lot to do, and I'm thinking about all this, and I'm like, man, I already feel like a zombie. I already feel like dead tired. So how am I gonna do all this in this last day, and then have a day of travel afterward? And I decided, guys, just so you know, I announced this on Twitter. I'm going to announce this now on pre-stream. I'm not doing a late stream today, and I know that's going to disappoint a lot of people who wanted to see more Sekiro. I'm actually in the end game of Sekiro right now. I'm at the point in the game where basically I could beat it right now if I wanted to and go on to the final bosses, which I've heard are so intensely difficult, it might take me several streams to beat them. Or I could keep looking around for optional stuff, which is what I've been doing. I've been looking for optional content and optional bosses and stuff. You know, and so, yeah, I was like, you know, that's what I was going to do tonight. And I'm like, how can I do that? Like, I feel like a zombie. And I'm going to be not only doing a full Apex Legends stream today, but now I'm also going to be preparing for travel and then doing a Sekiro stream tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how this is going to happen. Like, the Sekiro stream, how is that even going to happen? I mean, I tell you right now, my reaction time today in Apex is going to be shot. So how the hell am I supposed to be playing Sekiro tonight? I have no idea. It would be a different story if, like, I didn't feel like this and I was energetic. I'm completely the opposite. I'm completely drained today. So I talked to Kat about it. I was like, you know what? I think it makes more sense me not to do a late stream tonight. That way I have the whole second half of the day to celebrate my birthday with Kat, have some cake, relax, do a little bit of, you know, I shave and shower for God's sakes, which I need to do, and you know, freaking refresh myself and get everything packed the way that needs to happen and just basically do things right instead of doing this final last hurrah stream that may or may not even be successful because I'll be so goddamn tired, okay? All right, so I'm not doing a late stream tonight, guys. All right? And I apologize for that. I do. I know that maybe you guys are, you know, we're anticipating a final session of Sekiro before we were headed out here. I get that. I totally get that. And, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes things don't work out as planned. This is one of those cases where I'm just so exhausted that there's no way that I know I could do this. You know, I could do this today. So that's the deal. All right. Thank you to the people who understand. Some people in the stream chat right now are saying completely reasonable. You know, enjoy, you know, do what you need to do, and they understand. And there's other people who are being jerks. Oh, but you just play games for a living, and you only stream 9 hours a day, Phil. So this is ridiculous. All right, whatever. Seriously, whatever. I know what's best for what's going on now, and I would much rather do things right and end up having a good trip than fucking everything up for the sake of doing one final stream because a few people are just basically just being very, 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 very entitled. Let's put it that way. Okay. So it's time to relax. All right, it's time to try today. This Apex Legends co-op stream, I'm going to attempt to relax. Even though I know it's co-op and you're supposed to communicate and everything, I'm not going to be like super duper serious about it. I'm going to basically take this as like, okay, this is the last session, the last fun gameplay before I'm gone for a week. And I want to hang out with people and just have a good time rather than be hyper-focused on, you know, oh my god, I absolutely must have ultimate victory. Plus, the thing is, Apex Legends updated in the last few weeks. Is a new character and everything. I don't know anything about this new character, so for me, it's going to be like for the first time, just kind of jumping into this stuff. And seeing some of it for the first time, so I doubt that I'm going to be in a situation to really be winning anyway, you know what I mean? Not to say that I'm not going to try, but, you know, we'll see what happens, okay? Now, FYI, guys, this is going to be a full co-op stream. However, Brian, sadly, will be here, but not the whole stream. Sucks, I know, because he wanted to be here the whole stream, and he had told me all week he was going to be here the whole stream. He got screwed over by his job and ended up having to work late today. So he says he is going to be here, but he can only be here for the second half of the stream. The second half, the last 2 hours of the stream. So he's actually going to contact me when he gets home and is available. So for the first half of the stream, it's going to be myself and Kekken. So I hope Kekken is around. He did confirm he could play with me this week. And it's going to be someone who actually contacted me to play earlier. And I said, well, if an opening does happen to open up, I'll let you know. It looks like this said opening is opened up, so I've been talking with them via email. So I think I'm going to give them a shot and see how it goes. play a couple hours with them, take a break, and then when Brian's back, Brian will jump in for the second half of the stream. All right. Should be good. Hopefully it ends up being entertaining and fun for all of you. And also, like I said, fun for me and relaxing and less of a serious deal, because after yesterday, I'm so beat. I just need to have something that's a little bit more just kind of silly fun, and rather than worrying about being insanely hyper-focused on victory. Just be very honest here, okay? All right, so that's the deal. So let's talk a little bit, everybody. All right, let's talk a little bit about what you guys now can expect in the next couple of weeks and for the rest of the month of April. And then we'll talk about, I'll give a few props and shout outs, and then we're going to get set up and get started here. All right. So here's the deal. This is a very, very, very different month than usual. Typically, I'm here almost every single day live streaming for you guys. You know that. You know I'm here almost every day, and the one day a week I'm not here is basically a day when I'm doing a ton of work with, out with Kat doing errands and stuff. So this week, my trip to Connecticut is so out of the ordinary. And I get that a lot of people aren't used to that. So what I'm going to ask is that for those of you who know what's going on, and for those of you who are here today and listening to this, please spread the word. When people come in, well, gee, where's Phil? What's going on? He's not streaming. What's happening? Did Phil die? Did Phil get arrested? What's going on? Please tell the people what's going on, because there are people who sadly they don't show up for a while and they come back and they're like, I don't know where Phil is and what's happening here. So it obviously would be better for them to understand what's happening. Okay, hold on one second. So, I got balloons. I have balloons in my office here, and they've been like blowing around because I have my fan on, and the balloons are like gravitating around the office, and one of them got near one of my equipment, one of my capture devices on the floor. I was like, I don't want that balloon to heat up and pop and scare the shit out of me during the stream. I can't take any scares today, man. I can't. I'm already too exhausted. I can't be taking jump scares and stuff. Thank God we're not playing a survival horror game today. That's the deal. There we go. So here's the deal. This stream I'm doing right now is my final stream for a week. I know that's crazy. All right. What I would say is this: in the week that I'm away, couple things you could do. Number one, you can go to my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming. On my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming, that's where I archive all of my gameplay footage for the last 9 years. I actually created DSP Gaming in 2010, okay? So, 9 years of gameplay footage, pretty much every major release under the sun has been covered, and you can watch them all there on demand at your leisure, all right? And the good news also is, remember I told you about the false copyright strike I got against Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove? It's been completely cleared up and removed. It took 1 day for YouTube to actually review the situation and realize they had no idea what the fuck they were doing and reverse the copyright strike because it was completely bogus to begin with, and the channel is now back in good standing with no issues. So, while you guys are awaiting my return this week, I would ask, if you're bored, head over to DSP Gaming on YouTube. Check it out. Give it a look. If you want to search for a particular playthrough on YouTube, you have to search for DSP Gaming, the name of the game, and then playthrough. So let's say, for example, DSP Gaming BioShock Infinite playthrough. It'll come up then, the playlist. You have to use the word playthrough. If you don't use the word playthrough, sadly, YouTube's search algorithm will completely screw everything up. You'll end up getting other people's videos. You'll end up getting negative videos. You won't get what you're looking for, okay? But I've purposely used the word playthrough in the description of all of my gameplay for the last 10 years so that I could differentiate myself from most of the other people on YouTube who do videos. So if you search for DSP Gaming, the name of the game, and playthrough, you should get the playlist for said playthrough and be able to enjoy it. Okay? Fair enough? Okay, I know. It sucks that I have to explain how to search on YouTube, but I have to. Because YouTube is such a fetid cesspool of garbage and an automated piece of crap, you can't just search for something and find it. You have to have specific instructions on how to search to find something you're actually looking for. That's how dumb the website is. Okay. So, please check out DSP Gaming in the interim when I'm gone this week. In addition, all right, I will be hopefully taking a few pictures while I'm in Connecticut to share with you on social media. Is it going to be a billion pictures a day? Probably not. I'm going to basically just be taking pictures of things that I think you'll find interesting that aren't too intrusive and revealing of too much information. And I'll be posting those up on my Instagram and on my Twitter. If you just follow me on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP, that will get you all of the pictures. Like, you don't have to follow me on Instagram because I post up my Instagram posts on Twitter regardless. Okay? So, should be the first time I'm using Instagram in like a million years. I think I used it once at Christmas, and then I took a picture of the office when I decorated it for my birthday the other day. So, yeah. Because some people already said, well, are you going to be vlogging when you're in Connecticut? No, that is not the point. The point of this trip is to spend time with my parents, to have Kat meet them, and basically to, to basically have a good time. To unplug from all the stress that we've had in our lives. You know, Kat also is very stressed out with her job and everything, and I'm stressed out with everything going on. We've been stressed out about these goddamn taxes for the longest time, and we just need some time to relax and de-stress. And that's really what the point of this trip is going to be, is to do that with family, okay? Not to be vlogging, not to be working, not to, I have to do a live stream while I'm in Connecticut. No. That is the complete and utter opposite of the whole point of this trip. The point is to not be doing work when I'm there so that I can relax and unplug and be ready and refreshed when I come back to, get back into the swing of things, okay? And being quite frank and honest with all of you, these past couple of weeks, Sekiro has really taken it out of me. Like, that game is one of the toughest games I've ever played in my life. Probably the only game tougher than Sekiro that I've played would be like Ninja Gaiden on the NES. Old school games that were so gruelingly difficult and hard with no checkpoints because they were on a cartridge and the games were so short that they had to basically make it like that to extend the length of the gameplay. So, that's how tough that game's been and how much it's taken out of me. And I need the time away here to kind of recuperate so I could come back. I've heard the ending is the hardest thing ever, so I need to recuperate so I could come back and try to beat this game legit, So we'll see how that goes. We'll obviously see how that goes once I get back. So anyway, this is my final stream. All right. And I'll be back next Sunday. So a week. I am actually going to be gone for exactly 1 week. When I return next Sunday, the first thing I'm going to be doing, just because I know this is going to be worth doing, a special podcast at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time. That's going to be Sunday, April 14th. And the purpose of the podcast is to be a recap of my trip. I'm going to talk to you guys about everything that I did on this trip. What Kat and I did, what we did with my parents, and all of that. Answering questions, and basically having a fun, interactive kind of session where we just talk about this visit, to get it out of the way, because I know people are going to have questions. Every time something like this happens, for the next, several days to weeks, I get questions. So rather than have those questions bombard my streams for, weeks, just do a special podcast that answers everyone's questions. All right? And it'll be fun. It'll be a good way to get back into stuff instead of immediately jumping, say, back right into Sekiro or whatever. Instead, it'll be a more relaxed atmosphere. It'll be more of me just talking on stream with you guys and kind of relaxing and going from there. All right? So that's going to be my return on April 14th. Then I will be continuing on with gameplay. Yes, there will be gameplay. I'm not going to say, oh, well, no more gameplay. No, there will be gameplay. All right? Probably the second half of that day, that Sunday night, I'll be doing a gameplay stream. What will it be? More than likely, I'll probably do some Blackout or something. Black Ops 4 Blackout. And then on that Monday, the 15th, we'll get back to normal scheduled streaming, full streaming days. And at that point, Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations will have been released in the Phoenix Wright HD collection that's coming out during this week when I'm in Connecticut. So I'm going to be starting up that playthrough. Yes, I am going to be attempting to defeat Sekiro. And I'm going to be balancing that stuff with my chill streams, including MLB and Minecraft and that kind of stuff. Okay? So that stuff isn't going away. It's all going to be a balance. Then later on that week when I return, Cuphead is getting its very first DLC, and it's free. It's going to be new bosses and areas in the game, and I'm going to be checking that out that Friday when it releases. The next week after that is the release of Mortal Kombat 11, which I'll be doing in-depth coverage of, including playing with various characters, both in training mode, offline and online, and playing through the story mode of the game. Okay? Then later on that next week, we've got Days Gone, the zombie apocalypse game with bikers that we've been waiting for like 4 years. It's finally coming out. And I'll be checking that out as well. Okay? So that's basically the major stuff that's going to be happening, this month coming up in April. I'm sure there'll be other releases and other things going on, but this is what I know of as of now. And like I said, everything going on, and I just don't have time to sit down and figure out the rest of the month. But when I get back, we'll all sit down together. We'll figure it out. Fair enough? So that's basically the schedule for the rest of April. All right? And I hope that you guys are excited for the rest of April. I am. And hopefully things go well, and hopefully everything's good for everybody. All right? Hopefully it's a good time. Okay. So, all that being said, I think what I want to do now is very briefly do a plug segment. Then what we're going to do is get to shout-outs for people who have contributed. And then we're going to set up the Apex Legends co-op stuff. All right? Fair enough? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all of your support lately. This stream right now is pretty much your absolute final chance to contribute to my tax effort. What I mean by that is tipping me today, whatever tips you guys, give me today on my birthday stream here, will go towards the taxes. And it's hopefully going to help because I have raised some money. It wasn't the full amount that I needed to be 100% sure that I'd be safe for this year. So we got to see what happens. I'm going to be talking to my tax guy about what I did raise in the past couple of weeks. But in the interim, today is the last chance if you absolutely want to contribute to help with these taxes via tipping me, okay? I appreciate that very much. So, as you guys can see, I have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen where I will be putting up the top cheerer and top tipper of the day over the course of today's stream. Keep in mind, today is a co-op stream, meaning I have to interact constantly with my co-op compatriots, and therefore, I may not immediately be able to give you a shout-out for your contributions. However, I will do so at the very least between matches, okay? We do have a subs goal for this month that we're trying to reach 600 subs. If we hit that, I'm going to be doing my very first ever Viewers' Choice event where everyone will be able to contribute by nominating and voting on a game that's going to become a full-on playthrough of mine in the future. So, we need people to sub, obviously, in order to hit this goal. 600 subs at any point during the course of this month. Please consider subscribing to the channel. You get many benefits, including access to all of these crazy emotes, including the new emotes, the new Lean In Band meme emote, as well as the 2-part objection emote. And in addition to that, there's many others that have been added recently. You don't have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks, and you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been an ongoing sub. So many benefits to being a subscriber, okay? Also, if you would like to tip me today and help me out with this tax situation, there's 2 ways you could do so. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar you could click on, or you could just type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link that you can click on to go to my PayPal tips page. Just to clarify a couple things. Number one, you do not need a PayPal account to leave me a tip. You can use either a credit or debit card. Also, you can choose to be anonymous. You don't have to put any of your personal information in at all. If that's the case, I won't even know who you are. All right? You can just do it completely anonymously. Why would you want to tip anonymously? Well, maybe you're afraid if you put your name on there that someone might come after you. Because as you know, there are these pretty messed up people on the internet who like to fuck with stuff. And sadly, they may try to mess around with stuff. If, you support me publicly, you don't want them to come to your social media and harass you or whatever. So if you use a pseudonym or if you just go anonymous, no one will know it's you. All right? So please consider contributing today. I do appreciate all contributions, by the way. Cheering, subbing, and tipping. However, just right now, tipping is the best way to support me because I can put it right towards taxes, okay? All right. So let's now get to shout-outs. And then we're going to go ahead and, I'm going to get set up for the co-op and everything. And then we're going to go from there. All right, guys. So we start off today with Son of the First Pineapple gifting a sub to Adrenaline Dragon. Thank you, Son of the First Pineapple, for the support. Congrats to Adrenaline Dragon. And also, Goldtree Bloodsco gifted a sub to Liquid Hindo. Congrats. So Liquid Hindo did a 50-bit cheer. He said, a Liquid Hindo just gave me a birthday cheer. Very generous. So it's some kind of a meme people have been using recently. I don't know what the hell it means. Thank you for the cheer, though. Jacob tipped me $2. He says, have you seen the new Joker trailer? If so, what do you think about it? Hopefully it's better than the Jared Leto Joker. I mean, anything's better than the Jared Leto Joker. I mean, seriously, any Joker is better than... If a kid put on clown makeup on his face, it would be better than the Jared Leto Joker. That was the worst incarnation of Joker I've ever seen in my life. And he basically... He ham-fisted his way through the role. I hate to say it. It was terrible, in my opinion. So... I talked about this yesterday during my marathon. It seems to me the Joaquin Phoenix Joker is very different. It's nothing like the DC Comics Joker. That's okay, but the character just seems to be like the story of a psychopath, not really a supervillain. You know what I mean? There's nothing comic-esque about this movie. It reminds me of the movie Taxi Driver, for those who have ever seen it, which is a creepy movie about a guy who basically has no identity. He feels like he wants to be someone in life, but no matter what he does, nothing really gets him noticed. Nothing gets him attention by anyone. So he ends up just becoming a fucking serial killer, because he figures that's the only way I can get attention is by just being a vicious, bloody killer. And it's a pretty fucked up, gritty movie. And that's kind of what it looks like this Joker movie is going to be. Someone who's so insignificant, down on their luck, and just has a horrible life, being bullied constantly and everything, that they just lose it and become a psychopathic killer. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see how this movie turns out. Anyway, Golden Colts did a 65-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. That's the top cheer of the day so far. So let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Then we move on to Big Boy Abides, who cheered and said, "Good day, Phil. Do you find it funny you were recently proven right regarding college admissions? A major scandal broke a week ago about the corruption of Ivy League. It was one of your funnier vlogs topics in the past." Dude, people don't believe me about this shit. It's 100% now proven that the whole thing has been a scam to begin with. The kids that were getting into Ivy League college half the time weren't even qualified to be there. They were getting in because their parents were paying their fucking way for it. There were entire systems put in place. Pay to win. Pay to get in. I mean, I've talked about this in the past, and people basically said, oh, Phil's the conspiracy theorist. I firsthand experienced it. Firsthand, I experienced this. You know, when I was in high school, had a bunch of extracurriculars under my belt. So, you know, volunteer work. I was in multiple clubs. I was the valedictorian of my high school, okay? But I applied to a few Ivy League colleges, and everyone declined me. And when I went to my faculty advisor and asked why, because I said, I put in the work. You know, I did everything you asked me to do to get into these colleges. I've got the grades. I'm the valedictorian of the friggin' school. And they basically said, well, it's because you're white and you're not rich. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it's because you're white and you're not rich. If you were white and rich and you didn't need financial aid, you probably would have gotten in. But you need financial aid to afford to go to these Ivy League schools. And even though you have all the qualifications of someone who should go to one, you can't get in. You're not in that elitist class. And that's just the harsh reality of life. And I was like, wow. Because there were actually 2 kids from my high school that got into Ivy League schools only off the basis, I hate to say it, of their race and the fact that they were on a sports team. That was it. That was the only... Their grades were nowhere near as good as mine. They didn't do anywhere as near extracurriculars as mine. But they got in. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, by the way, there were also a couple other kids in my school who were very smart. And one of them was salutatorian and rich and got into an Ivy League school. So I'm not even, I'm not going to go too crazy here about this. I'm just not. I'm seriously not. But the bottom line is the whole system of education in the United States when it comes to university is a scam. It's a money-making scam. It always was. And it's meant to, number one, make tons of money, and number two, keep this kind of elitist class at the top of the game. Because the bottom line is, it doesn't even matter if you're at the top or bottom of your class. If you go to an Ivy League school, you're going to get a good job out of school. Just because you went to an Ivy League school, you're now in this elitist class for the rest of your life where you're going to get employed high-paying jobs for the rest of your life. And it's terrible that now finally, after how many years of it being this way, the scandal finally breaks and it's revealed, oh yeah, it was like that all along. No shit, I knew that firsthand, I fucking knew this. That rich people were getting into these schools by paying tons of fucking money to do it. I knew that, but no one, you know, whatever. I'm not going to go crazy here on the stream. I'm not. No point to even going crazy about it again. It is what it is. That was a long time ago. Doesn't really matter anymore, right? At least for me, so. Okay. Continuing on. Goldry Blusco, cheers. He said, happy birthday to you and King Kozatov. Have a great day, both. Well, today's King Kozatov's birthday. Well, if it is, happy birthday to him. And thank you very much for the birthday wish. And the cheer, of course. Big Boy Abides, cheers. He says, I cannot leave my place till the end of the weekend to see the doctor for my leg. I have no spoons. I had to eat morning yogurt breakfast with my tongue. Youch. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're feeling better. And then Big Boy Abides did a 66-bit cheer. 66-bit cheer said top cheer. However, Big Boy Abides, someone did trump you already. So I'm going to update the leaderboard in a second here. First, Phil tipped me $10. Says, Phil, do you think that Assassin's Creed Origins will have a sequel? I'd like them to focus on the King Tut era. Love me some King Tut. I don't know if this is supposed to be a meme or something. In regards to Tutankhamun from last year or whatever. I don't know. No, they're obviously not going to do a sequel to Assassin's Creed Origins. It's not going to happen. But that's a $10 tip. It's the top tip of the day. Thank you. And let's update the leaderboard. Okay. Timbo Slice did a 100-bit cheer, so this makes Timbo Slice the top cheer of the day. Let's get him up on the leaderboard. And he says, hey, Phil, how you happy sat? I think what he meant to say is, how are you? Happy Saturday. And excited to have a relaxing day after a long work week watching your streams. All right. It should be a fun just co-op session today. And then Timbo Slice cheered again and said, forgot to say happy birthday, man. Excited for another year of your streams ahead. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm excited. You know, good stuff coming. Good games coming. Everything good. Shout out to Big Boy Abides, who just did a 101-bit cheer and said top cheer version 2. Yes, now Big Boy Abides is the top cheerer. Let's go ahead and get him up on the leaderboard. Oops. Oh, shit. I almost deleted the whole leaderboard by accident. That would not be good. 101 bits. Shadow Steve cheers. Happy birthday, Phil. I hope you have a great trip. Thank you very much, Shadow Steve, for the birthday wishes. And indeed, I hope I do have a great trip, too. I hope everything works out well. Everything goes smoothly. You know, hopefully no stress. Just, you know, spending time with the parents and Kat. And, you know, seeing Connecticut and having fun. And unwinding and unplugging. And coming back, you know, strong. Coming back relaxed. And ready, like I said, ready for new stuff. Timbo Slice did a 102-bit cheer. And he says it's a birthday battle for the top cheer. Well, indeed it is. Thank you, Timbo. So now Timbo's back in the top cheer spot. Let's go ahead and get him back there. 102 bits. And Big Boy Abides cheered and said, what is your best birthday memory? Oh, jeez. That's a tough one. And the reason I say that is, you know, ever since I became a working adult, basically my birthday has always just been kind of a normal day to me. I've never really had the opportunity to celebrate it and turn it into something special. When I was a kid, my parents sometimes would throw me a birthday party. And I think I remember a couple of them. I remember one was at my local arcade. And they had gotten pizza. It was like a pizza party at the arcade. And everyone was playing games at the arcade. And that was pretty fun. Shit, you know, I honestly, like I said, since my birthday has basically been just kind of a regular day for me for so long, I can't even remember specific birthday-related memories, you know, that are associated with it. What I would say is last year was pretty awesome because Kat made me that amazing chocolate and peanut butter cake that I ended up eating over the course of like 2.5 weeks because she made a giant cake for me. And obviously I wasn't going to eat a ton of it, so I had like a piece a day. That was really awesome. Decadent as hell, but man, it was delicious. Like I said, this year, she didn't make me a cake because we're out of here tomorrow. What's the point of making a cake if you only have a day to eat it? So we actually got this little mini cake from a local grocery store, and we're just going to each have a piece of that tonight. So, Goldry Bluzco just did a 103-bit cheer, and that makes Goldry Bluzco the top cheer of the day. So let's go ahead and get Goldry Bluzco up there on the leaderboard. One thing I definitely want to do, guys, is I want to give shout-outs to the top cheerers of the week because it's the last opportunity I have to do so. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It resets on Monday, and of course, I won't be here all week, right? So this is my only opportunity to give a shout-out to the top cheerers of the week. All right, so let me go ahead and do so. Thank you to the following people who contributed, significantly this week with cheering. I appreciate it. In 10th place, we had Judicious Echoes. In 9th place, Straight Cash Homie. 8th place goes to Vote Democrat. 7th place, Dope Soap. 6th place, Golden Colts. 5th place goes to Super Blind Man. 4th place, Yoshino Lover. 3rd place, Nasif. 2nd place, Big Boy Abides. And in 1st place for this week, Sluggo Jones. Big Boy Abides cheered again. He said, one birthday, my mother bought me a toy electric RC car with my half-brother. The car didn't work right and was missing parts. I think she bought it used. Wow. Sorry to hear that one of your memories of your birthday is a negative one. Always with holiday, you want to try to have a positive association, right? Whew, man. All right. Well, guys, I think that's it for the pre-stream. What we're going to do now, I'm going to take a break quickly for 2 reasons. Number one, I have to use the bathroom really badly. It hit me during the pre-stream, and I was like, man, I'll hold it in until I'm done with the pre-stream. So that's number one. Number two, I am going to set up my party in Apex Legends. I'm hoping Kekken is around because he said he would be, and I have a co-op partner ready to go. So if something doesn't work or something goes wrong, I'll let you guys know. But what I'm going to do, I am going to run some music for now, since I have to use the bathroom first anyway. Then when you hear the music muted, that's going to mean that basically I'm setting up the co-op party for Apex Legends, and then we're going to get started. Okay, guys? So it's going to be a minute here. I got to use the bathroom, then set up. I would say you yourself might want to go take a break, and then we'll be back with Apex Legends. All right? Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you in a bit.